welcome to Robocraft. Now, I've been curious about this game for a little while, and on top of seeing some of the mech games like Mech Warrior that I just did a video for, and Dual Gears, I figured this one might be a nice one to look into as well. Don't know if I'm going to do a major playthrough of it. I just wanted to do a quick look at it and record what I think. If I like the game, or if you guys decide that you would like to see me play more of it, I may do more videos. That being said, from my understanding, you create your mech. You design what it looks like, how it functions, means it will be basically whatever you want it to be, as long as you have the parts to do it. So, let's see. Like, for example, this one just kind of gave us a basic chassis of a car. We can do tanks. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that we can do with this particular game. Now, and my guess, we can also get parts to make our own designs, which means depending on the type of parts and how creative you can get some nice looking mechs designed. Okay, we got us a basic mech, and there's not a whole lot that I want to kind of throw into it. And it looks like you can actually borrow mechs that other people have designed. I'm guessing you buy them. Which is kind of cool. But first I need to figure out what exactly we can do. Get an idea of how the game's going to work, and from there I'll decide on what I'm going to do. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to go into do a basic little match in versus AI with what we got to get a basic idea of the game. This introductory episode probably won't be too terribly long, but I figured it would be a nice little thing to take a look at and see what I can do. I may go and sit down and try and put together something different. Kind of depends on how I feel and what parts I can get, and then over time we'll see what we may play more on the game. This is definitely a game I would like to play with my buddies on, and it does seem to be shoot your buddy in the
Team deathmatch. Kill the enemy team to win. The first team to reach the target total wins. The battle for Birmingham Power Station has begun.
Alright. It does seem kind of a third-person shooter, so it is an arena type. But depending on how crazy it gets will determine whether or not interesting. So far, it looks really good. I'm kind of curious as to the PvP aspect. it's a little bit difficult, but it's interesting with how they actually executed the game itself. Well, that's nice. You can blow their parts off of them and render certain aspects of them in opt. Alright. Well, now. Well, that was a little different. I don't know if I'll get into this one any. I don't know if I'm going to actually do any real lengthy playthrough of this one. Don't get me wrong, it seems kind of cool, and I'm pretty sure that with you get into some of the customization aspects, it'd probably be a pretty nice game to play on. But I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do anything more than what I've already done on it. Um, Kind of depends on what you guys want. If you want me to do more of it, I will. If not, then I may just drop it. I'm gonna take a look at the Okay. Okay. I just took a look at what. I just noticed something that I kind of don't like right away. Um, which is actually disappointing that this is the case. It looks like a lot of the good, decent items are actually locked behind a paywall. That's actually really disappointing. Basically, it's telling me that, which I may be wrong. Um, Actually, maybe not. Maybe I was a little bit wrong there. I might play a little bit more on before I make a judgment on that because to me it looks like some of the better stuff is going to be locked behind a paywall, and if that turns out to be the case, then honestly, it's not something I want to do and I actually want to get into because in my mind, if you gotta lock something like that, then to me it looks like a cash grab more than anything. But at the moment, I'm not going to be judging. I started to, then I decided to change my mind on it because um, they might have done something that prevents you from preventing from actually being a considered a to be stuck behind a paywall. They very well might have. I might have been judging a little too quickly. So I'm going to probably play a little bit more on it and see what I can see before I make any render any what I would call harsh judgments, I guess. Okay, well, that being said, okay, okay, oh, that's kind of cool. We can build it like this. Okay, so let's see what I've got. Let's see movements. I've got. Okay, let's see what kind of parts we got going on. What are those? Oh, I see. So I don't have the points to actually do that. Well, that's a little disappointing. Um, okay, let's see. can do a quick test, and then I'll probably work on a little bit more on my own time as if I have to build more stuff. And if anything interesting pops up, I might mess around with it. Okay, that didn't work out at all. Um, that did not work out at all. Ugh. Well, my first attempt at creating a machine was a flop, so I may wait until I've had a little practice before I make a flying unit. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let me make a ground unit first. My best bet, honestly, might be a tank. Okay. before I actually do anything else, I'm gonna do a quick movement test on this thing. That way I can know if it actually moves forward and can turn all the directions it needs to turn. Okay. Okay. Now I just need to make it not make it look a little bit less like a picnic table on wheels. Sorry if I get quiet. A lot of times I do get have that issue, especially when I'm concentrating and trying to run numbers through my head on how to get some of these things to work the way I need them, the way I want them to. So if I get quiet, I apologize. Also, once I get my computer in, I'm thinking actually about doing a series using on what do you call it? Space engineers. I know that it's definitely been done. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. However, I am a big fan of space engineers in general, and I'm kind of curious as to what I can do to it. Because I've had a lot of ideas in the past, and I figured it might be a fun little thing to put in place so that kind of had like a little project of it. Okay, now that that's basic stuff is done, let's see. But I have a few ideas as to some things that I would like to build specifically in front of you guys, and even get some ideas on what you think, on some ideas on how to get some of this stuff operational. Um, oh, I'm out of cubes. Well, isn't that just disappointing? Alright, well, since that's the case, I'm just going to I'll add more to it as I get the blocks to do so, and in the meantime, okay, those two little icon guys right there will be good. Okay, since we got our wheels, I can put our thrusters in place. Okay, and there's that. Okay. Now let's see if I can't make this look a little better. let's do that for up here. Okay, there's that. But yeah, one of my big projects that I'm probably going to need a bunch of you guys to help me actually get configured properly is I'm wanting to build um, best way to describe it is a flying city. It's capable of and maintaining itself permanently in the atmosphere by pulling hydrogen, or it's if I decide to to actually bring mods into it, which I probably will, because to me mods adds so much to what you can do with a game. So I'll probably add mods to it. Um, so if you don't like the mods, then well, I have no other way to say other than to say I'm sorry. But there's a number of mods that actually would improve upon what we're trying to do in turn. What I'll be wanting to do on what I'd be actually wanting to do on the game itself. Okay, let's get on this side. Okay. Okay, I don't have the part to put the other piece on, so we'll just make do with what we got. And if I get the extra pieces, then I can actually add more and get this thing a little more functional, looking a little better. Okay, so it does need to be brought out. Okay. But yeah, that will be here probably in a few weeks. By then, I'll have some of these little extra series done and out of the way, and well, now looks like I still haven't hashed this part out right. Okay, so that would cover up here, and if we actually put this one on, then it would look a little bit better. But until then, we'll just let that go with. But yeah, we'll figure something out. It's just a matter of deciding on how we want to actually do this. Alright, well, I'm going ahead and test this one, and then pass or fail, we're going to end the episode. Because I'm actually running up to about an hour, a lot longer than I wanted to do this episode to begin with. Um, okay, movement looks okay. We don't have much in the way of looks. Okay, so that's okay. So we got that. Hmm. All right. Well, okay, for now we'll let this one be our pass, and I'll probably do some more tweaking on it, and now I'll do a series of this one. However, it kind of depends on. I'll play a few more episodes and record them, but if it looks like the good stuff actually is stuck behind a paywall, then I'll probably end end the series at that point, until later on if you guys want me to bring it back. But I'll do some more little tweaking and try to figure out what's going on with this little design I've got going on. Um, the movement test and the test fires worked awesome. Um, while there are still a few things that I would like to actually adjust to it, I will probably make some adjustments and we'll go from there. Okay. Well, until next time, have a good one, guys.